Yeah, and David had opportunity to kill Saul, but he didn't do it. And he
Yep.
was like, he wasn't. He still respected Saul as being the Most High's anointed until the Most High was going to be done with him eventually. But David wasn't going to bring that about, you know, by trying to take Saul out himself. When he had opportunity to do it, when Saul was in the cave when they was pursuing David, and he just cut off a piece of his robe just to let him know how close he came to him. But he wasn't going to go against the anointed because he had to wait for his time, and
Uh,
he was following the word of the Most High.
that's a beautiful
Um,
story, established story, man. Yeah, yeah.
excellent point.
Absolutely. 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 But that's how the Most High work with his vessels, man. Like he loves us so much. When you can stand and be like that, Jeremiah, the way the countenance that David had towards the Most High, man, the David really had a real heart after the Most High, man. He had a heart after the Most High. The Most High loved David for that, man. Just knowing who David was going to be before David knew who he was going to be. Being out, Most High being Alpha and Omega. You know, and David was risen to be a great king.
Yep, all praises.
Be a champion for Israel, man. All the men of Israel champions for. We all champions for Israel, man. We stand on this truth, and that's why the world hates us, man, because of that.
Come, come.
But that's all I had to conclude with the lesson, Aubrey. I just want to, touch on that.
Come out. Come. That was definitely a great way to pick up on it, man. Like some of the other scriptures you brought out, few of them I was going to touch on too, but like I want to just keep it a little short. But I like the way you elaborated, man. You brought it out. Definitely adding the story of Jonathan and David in there. That's why I love to go through the stories, man. They have such great value in it, man, for us to really look at and to see how things was, man. Like we're not too far in dealing with each other like how our ancestors was, man. You know, we still have type of relationships like that, David and Jonathan to this day. You still got a lot of Sauls to this day.
Mm.
And you got people that had those vengeful spirits, people that's genuine. All of those characteristics still exist in our nation, amongst brothers and sisters, man. It's just that
Uh,
we gotta want to be more on the righteous side. And like Jeremiah said, David could have took him out. He really could have. But you gotta think of how humbling that is right there. You know,
yeah.
how much control of yourself you gotta have not to feed into that.
To kill somebody trying to kill you. They try to
Yeah.
unalive you. You know what I'm saying? You got the upper hand to unalive him quick and it be done away. But David knew he had to deal with the countenance of the Most High. It was not like Jeremiah said, it was not yet his time to do anything to make a move. Make that how kind of power move that is to kill the king,
Come.
of Israel. You know what I'm saying?
Come.
They
And
was
David
like,
probably when they got punished for it either.
yeah, probably not, but hey, David stayed faithful unto the Most High, and that was John. And remember, that was his best friend's father. Man, come on,
Yep.
what? Yeah. Like, how you think David would have felt, man? That guilt, man, would have probably ate him up, man.
Come.
Father probably would have spanked him up, man. Like, may not have done nothing, but might have like, I didn't tell you to do that, David. That's the pride. Uh, that's a prideful thought to do and not move on the consent of the Most High, because wasn't supposed to do anything unless Yahweh gave us the instructions to do it. He laid out the blueprint for us to go. This is how he wants us to do it, and that's how the prophets were to move. That's how Israel is to move. We ain't to draw. We not to go to war until the Most High say, to do it. Then we had the power of the Most High to go forward. I think was we speaking about that when when Gideon was at war and he took only a handful of men with him, all 1,000 men. He took, Most High had him take only 300 men. I think he got down to one time at 50 men during battle, but where they didn't even have to raise their sword. The Most High had the enemy to see us as a vast number, and they fled. You know, the Most High does some super powerful, supernatural things that we can't perceive or think about, man. You know, he can make a man look like Goliath. You know what I'm saying? In the eyes of another man, like, man, I ain't dealing with dude, man. He's looking like a 12-foot giant. You know, looking like the Hulk. Nope. I don't want no beef. I don't want no static. You know, but we don't know the vision that the Most High can put over man's eyes, over his mind. You know, make him see things that we can't see. So the Most High was doing a lot of those things when it was time for us to go to war. Sometimes we didn't have to raise the sword. We just had to show up, and the enemy would flee, or just follow the instructions of the Most High, and the Most High doing all the work. You know, we doing the physical 10 toes work on the ground, but the Most High doing that supernatural work from above.
Gone.
Like giving instruction when we marched around Jericho walls 7 times and blow the trumpets, you know what I'm saying? The whole joint came down, you know, like we just had to follow instructions of the Most High. Crossing the Red Sea, we had to follow instructions of the Most High. Dealing with the Most High, walking around Mount Sinai, we had to deal with instructions of the Most High, how to move, how to be, how to, you know, be men, faithful priests unto our people, you know, being, you know, not to touch the ark. He say don't touch the ark. Certain nations, certain tribe, the tribe of Israel, the 12 tribes, only Levites was able to touch the ark. You know, no one else, even though we was of 12 tribes, Israel, but only particular men, the priest was able, of Levites, were able to touch the ark. You know, so just, you know, we have to follow the order of the Most High, and we'll be okay, man. We do that, keep the command, like the Most High was speaking up, follow his commandments, keep his commandments. We love him, keep his commandments, follow him, man. We'll be okay, man. That's a humble, you know, that's showing an humble spirit, you know, like your children. You know, you tell them to do something, they do it. They go to school, get good grades. They ain't, you know, causing no ruckus with, you know, to have you out of character or whatever. They okay, man. You're gonna reward them, you know. And I believe the Most High does that with us, you know. When the wives be obedient to their husbands, and the husbands, you know, be, you know, be the way they're supposed to be towards they wives and towards brothers and sisters. I believe we are truly highly rewarded, man, more than we can think of. You know, just to be awake today is a blessing, you know, and not knowing what tomorrow bring, you know, but trusting the Most High throughout the day, that's an ultimate blessing in itself. Just being alive today, being this truth, keeping the Sabbath holy, you know, keeping to the Most High's holy days, seeking them out to do them, you know. That I believe that nothing beats a failure but a try, you know. I believe that. I stand on that. And when you got somebody trying to do their best, you're gonna reward them, even though they might not get it 100%, but you see the effort that they're putting forth. That's okay. That's a blessing in itself as well. You know, I'm gonna look out, and I'm a bless because they're trying. You know, I believe that's all the Most High looking for us to do is just we show up, and the Most High gonna show out. That's what I believe. We show up, the Most High show out.
Come up. Anybody say anything else? Rob, I see you over there getting ready to start a whole nother lesson, man. I see you, man. I see the focus in your eyes.
Not quite. I was just reading the story of Saul and David in the cave.
Come. Hey, man, that's a deep one.
Yeah, those pages look brand new in my book.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a vibe. I love that, man. That's a fabulous story, man. How the Most High was moving on David, and Took his spirit off of Saul, man. Saul went mad, I believe. I think Saul went mad. He consulted a soothsayer that conjured
Yep.
up a demon, man, and
He went to
you
go
know
find
he was
Samuel.
yeah, I say yeah.
Yeah, we went over that too when he went to he disguised himself and went to go speak to a woman with a familiar spirit, see if she could get Samuel for him so we can talk to Samuel.
And that was a no, man. That was a no.
Yeah.
Man, he supposed to be having no dealings with no mediums and no that witchcraft crap, man, at all.
Yeah, not only that, he tried to circumvent the Most High. He tried to go around the Most High. Most High wasn't talking to him no more. So
Yep.
he gonna try to go around the Most High. So that in itself, right there, he was dead to the wrong on that.
Yeah.
But I was checking out that picture you got on your background, now, Jeremiah. Is that a book cover?
Oh no, that's an actual art piece, man, that I bought from this brother that sell art online.
Huh.
I bought it and he took a picture of it, used it as my background and stuff. But I bought it. I got it in about a 36 by 24.
Huh. You had to drop that site down, man. Check his
Oh,
artwork out.
okay, yeah, I got to see. It was so long ago when I got it. I think it might have been. I think it might have been on Etsy.
Okay.
But I'll look. I'll go back and see if I can find it, and then I'll drop it and I'll send you an email.
Come. Wow. Yeah, appreciate that.
Yeah, all praises to the Most High.
Hey, man.
If
Next
Esau
week.
saw that picture, he'd say he ain't got enough whips on his back. If Esau saw that picture, he ain't got enough whips. Yeah.
Count them.
Hey, look, man, the thing, man, like just seeing that, not only was, the men had the lashes like that, but our women, man, our beautiful sisters, our daughters of Zion, man, the daughters of Zion, man, they was getting whipped open too, man.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, man, it was like, I was like, oh my God, it just, how can you mutilate somebody like that, man? Like, really and take pride in it. And then they used to put salt in the wounds too, man. Like, the enemy, the Esau women used to beat us too, man.
Yeah.
Was beating us worse than the men was. Than they men.
Yeah, they was even so cruel. They were even so cruel, bro. They had us whip ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, they take another slave and make another slave whip them.
Yep.
Yeah, the Salakia, the gall that they think they were going to get away with all that, or they think they're going to get away with all that.
They got a bill, man.
You know how
can
that
never
had
pay
to
that
hurt,
bill.
man, in order for me to be strung up to a tree, and then one of you brothers take the whip and have to rip my back open. So they just another twisted way of how they twisted our minds and worked against us to put that fear in us, and then imagine the heartbreak and the horror of that brother that had to whip his brother, to the point of inches of his life, until the white man told him to stop. Every time he had to swing that whip and hit his brother, it just, I mean, I can imagine what that must have done to his heart, tearing his heart out every time he had to swing that whip. But if he didn't swing the whip, then the next thing was he was going to be the one being whipped.
Yeah,
so
psychologically,
it's all that psychological, that they had over us, man. That they had us doing that to each other. I mean, it was terrible, man. It's just all the things they done, man. It's just like, man, they're gonna pay for that. Most High coming back and take care of that, though.
Yeah, the atrocity, man, the mental torment that a person had to experience to go through that, man, to do it, it's a lot, man. A lot. They were doing more than that, man. Hunt us down and sick the hounds on us, man, and eat us out, man, eat us up, and the heinous things, man, that another person can do to another person, man. Like to have those kind of evil thoughts, to to think of doing that, man, it was done. It was done unto us. And they want me to forget about it. Just forget about it. That was a long time ago. Just don't forget about it. We're better people now, man. Get the hell out of here.
They don't tell the Jews to forget about the Holocaust.
Nah,
Yeah.
heck no.
And the Holocaust
Stand
wasn't
down.
nothing, man.
Well,
Nothing.
they can talk about the Holocaust all day long because they were quote unquote their saviors. So and them talking about their Holocaust, that makes the white man look good in the sense that, oh, we saved y'all from that. So yeah, we were your liberators. So yeah, talk on. But in the instance of our Holocaust, where they were, the bad, the evil doers, no, we don't want to talk about that.
They have the power to talk about, what they went through. They own all the media.
Yeah, that's true too.
What power do we have other than using the very media that they supply us?
Yep. Yep. They're trying to shut down everything.
I still got to bring out the Balfour Declaration. I'm probably most I will. I do it next weekend. Bring it out, man. Just to show, because it was a plan for years before 1948 even came, before it even came close to that time. This was back in like 1917. The Balfour Declaration was written out to give them people that's calling themselves Jews that's in the land now, to give it to them. And originally, the U.S. was with Germany. They was in alliance with Germany. But then that Balfour Declaration changed everything. I don't know if y'all ever read it before.
No, never read it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll bring it up. You read it, Jeremiah?
I haven't read the book, but I know about it. I was getting ready to say 1948. That's when it was Britain, the U.S. and France, and I believe Spain.
Yep.
They all went to Israel and fought the war, the 1948 war against the Palestinians, and took the land down to, because the Palestinians had 100% of the land. I think maybe a little bit in the north, maybe that they didn't have, but they had pretty much 99%, let's just say, of the land until the Balfour Doctrine, where they came in and went to war with them to push them out of the land down to just the Gaza Strip of what we know today. That's that little strip of land that they got, as opposed to having the entire territory. And so that was all a result of the Balfour Doctrine.
Oh, yeah. Right.
But yeah.
That's 1917. That was years. That was right before World War no, after World War One. That took place. But it's a lot of things historically, man, that's in books that we need to know as a people, man. That's how we understand why things are the way they are in the world today. This country has done so much dirt to so many other countries and people. That's why you always got people trying to come here. Everybody wants to come to America. They rape everybody's country. Take all their resources and everything, and expect them to survive, but everything get taken down to nothing. So they got to get somewhere where they can have something for themselves. But at the end of the day, all nations are looked at as being above us. We always being looked at as below. You know? That's why we gotta love each other more. We gotta be more in unity. We gotta be there for each other, support in all forms and fashion, man. We gotta show our enemy, because that's what they hate the most, our unity, man. Especially when you put the Most High in it. You know, especially with the Most High in it. They dread that, man. They dread it. They don't mind if we all in the homosexual communities, lesbianism, being in gangs and stuff. They don't care nothing about that. All they do is just, wait till we fall and just they dig a ditch for us and throw us in there. But when we unified in the name of the Most High sake, they can't stand it, man, because they know all it is get closer to the end of their kingdom. The rulership is over, man. It's gonna come to an end, whether they like it, whether they understand it, whether they agree with it, whoever they want to fight against it. It's gonna come to an end. You ready, Rob?
No, I agree with you, man. You know, as long as we're participating in destructive behavior, self-destructive behavior, everything's okay. You know, but they see, like you said, they see that that's coming to.
Oh yeah, going out with a blast, man.
Yeah, in 1952, I believe it was the president of Egypt. His name was Gamal Abdel Nasser.
Yep.
He had actually said the reason why he kind of gave some background into the history too, because he said that the Gentiles, meaning the people that's in the land now, saying that they're the Jews, but they're the synagogue of Satan, as we know. He said that they left there white and came back black.
I remember that.
Yeah, you heard about that?
I remember.
Yeah, he said they left white and came back black, so they were gonna never be accepted in the land because they're not the true Jews. They don't have no blood ties to the land. They know the true Jews are black, So, and that came from the president of Egypt, So there's the history right there. A lot of people just want to gloss over things and just want to accept them because they can have that colonial power, just like they colonized the rest of the world. They can have that ally in the Middle East, so they can try to control that region, just like they pretty much proliferated the rest of the world and got bases all over the world and become superpower. So, but they didn't have any in that area, so that was a way of getting power in that region that they call the Middle East. We know it's Northeast Africa. But the people in that land, that's why the Palestinians were fighting them so hard, because they know that they don't have no ancestral right to the land, So if anybody coming back into their land, that's going to be us coming back into the land when the Most High brings back, which goes into a whole nother thing, because they're not even supposed to be in the land yet if they're the Jews. How are you in the land? The Most High hadn't returned yet. Messiah.
That they'll make up a story and tell you, just like they try to say that the Most High gave them America, that this is the New Jerusalem. America's the New Jerusalem. Look how corrupted and polluted it is and all the problems that it has. The Most High gonna put you in a corrupt land? Nah, Most High not gonna do that. It's even the scripture that says that the other nations, they have appointed the land unto themselves.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They appointed it to themselves. The Most High didn't appoint it to them.
Yeah.